Yeah, I'm really sorry. Just actually, I have started the class, but it did not come to broadcast, so that's why a small delay has happened. Right. So in this class, so see the title itself is showing you how well do you know the verb. So with regard to verb and its uses, how well do you know that? Or see, the more you know about the verb and its uses, the more you are comfortable, whether it is writing part or spoken part when it comes to English. Right, in terms of whether it is writing or speaking part, just we have to focus on the well uses of the verb and its other forms, which we call as a conjugations. Right, we have to call them as a conjugations. Right, the verb and its conjugations has to be understood very well, and being a beginner of the learning language of especially English language, first one must be perfect at verb and its other forms of the verbs. So therefore we have to go through different kinds of forms and their usages. So before going to know about the verb and its usages, first let me give you a small briefing with regard to verb. What's a verb? Verb is nothing but a word which denotes an action. Simple ways, or in simple terms, we can say verb is nothing but an action word. But actions are different. Some actions maybe physical involvement is required. For some actions, not physical involvement is not required. For some actions, mental activities or mental environment is required, and for them, for some of the actions, those are not required. So an action which has been required, or an action which requires a physical involvement, we may call them as a physical activities. And in the same way, actions which requires mental environment, we may say them as a mental activities. Did you understand this? Okay. Okay, clear? Yes, okay. Yes, okay. Okay, so now did you understand that? So actions are two kinds. First, it's not the final one, but actions has to be finalized just two ways, like physical activities and mental activities. So a verb which tells about the physical activity, we may say action verb. That verb we may call it as a action verb. Or a verb which tells the mental state or mental activity, we may tell it as a stative verb. So just to differentiate or to make you clear the difference between what is an action verb and what is a stative verb, just I told you. Right, okay, let us see then. So once we come to know that what is action verb and what is when it comes to what is a stative verb, so then our next part is we have to understand what is a verb and what are the other conjugations of verb. What's a verb and what are the other conjugations of verb? We have to understand this thing. So like we knew that, right? We have learned many we have learned many verbs and its other forms, right? Right, let me show you. So verb and verb forms. Verb and its forms. Verb and its forms. Right, generally we say that every verb has 5 forms in its usage. 5 forms in its usage. Say I wrote here its usage. So every verb, it is generally being used by the people in 5 methods or in 5 ways. So therefore we can conclude, so a verb has 5 forms. Some people would say that there are only 3 forms. Some people would say that there are 4 forms. Even I told here, because we have complete uses of a verb and its other forms in 5 methods and 5 ways. So therefore I told here 5 forms of a verb. That's what. And then our next part is we have to understand what is the difference between these, the first form itself and the first form along with first form and first form along with yes or yes. You knew, I think. And the next one is second form, therefore third form, and then next fourth form, it's and fifth form. So here so far you have learned 1, 2, 3, 4 only, but here I'm telling you 5. 5 in the sense it's not 5, just you have to think of like this. So here these I have seen, this is 1 and the other one is 1. As I have considered this one as a 2 1, so this one is 1, then this is another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5. It became like 5. Right? I'll show you one example by writing. Just make it. See that. Write. Take example. Write. Write. And the next one is writes. So their next one wrote. Their next written, okay, and writing. Did you understand this? So right, see that here if we think in them, so like this is 1 and this is the one, this is another one, this is another one, this is another one. Together we have 5 forms in its uses. Clear, everybody? And then the next part is we have to go through every form of the verb. So where do we have to use the first form? Where do we have to use the second form? So here second in the sense, just we need to think about this one. Like so this is 1. Okay, where do we have to use only the base form itself? And if it is considered as a 2, where do we have to use the base form along with yes or yes? And the next one, this is so the third form as well as the fourth form as well as and the fifth form. These 5 forms usage. So if we learn all these things, right, we can excel in the English language learning part. Right? Did you understand this? Okay, let us. So now I would like to show you a small exercise to you. By going through that exercise, just we will learn more things. Okay, right? So what have you seen? Say, fill in the correct forms of the verb given. First, see that the first example, see that Jeff does our bank manager at the moment. He does here for 3 years. B. In the first example, we were asked to complete the blank by using suitable B forms. It seems suitable B forms. Okay, right? What are suitable B forms? Okay, first before going to know about B forms, first let me tell you what are B forms. So I would like to show you on the screen. See them. B forms. Right, B forms. Do you know B forms? Yes, mostly you people know that. So what are B forms? Generally we say that am, is, are, their next was and were. So these are considered as a B forms. But even out of this, just we have to consider these 3. Am, is, are, which we generally consider them as a present B forms, and whereas so these was and were we considered as a past B forms. Now did you understand this? So do we have to use present B forms or past B forms? That depends on the sentence. Okay, right, let us see the first sentence. Okay, so right, let us see the first sentence. Jeff does a bank manager at the moment. He does here for 3 years. So at the first one, at the moment. So at the moment, the term, the phrase is telling that it is at the time of talking. so it indicates present. So that out of B forms we have to use present B forms. So Jeff after out of present B forms. What are the present B forms? Generally present B forms are am, is and are. So out of this, so is suitable in the place of Jeff. So that here Jeff is our bank manager at the moment. And the next one, so he does here for 3 years. He has been here. Generally we say that he has been here, okay, but he is here. We have to say out of the B forms we have to use here he is here. So therefore in the first one answer is for the both blanks is is the correct answer. Did you understand this? So why did I use here is both the blanks means both in both the sentences it indicates the present state. So therefore we have to use only present B form. That is out of the present B forms am is are, as it is it indicates the singular pronoun and singular noun, we use is. Did you understand this? Okay, next let us see the second example. Say I dash sleep when the alarm, it's not alarm, alarm, we have to say alarm. So R should not be pronounced here. R is a silent letter in the word A-L-A-R-M, alarm. Okay, so without R we have to read alarm. So I dash when the alarm dash off at 5:30 this morning. Okay, right, see that. I dash sleep when the alarm go dash at 5:30 in this morning. Just you have to think of this. You have to look at the sentence here when. So when we come across a sentences with regard to when and while. Okay. So when and while are subordinate conjunctions. We use them subordinate conjunctions to join a dependent class to the independent class. So when we learned about the class and its analysis, we have learned all these things, right? And so when this term has come to you, very next you have to think of it. So it is talking about the two actions. Out of those two actions, one action was going on, one action was completed. Right? Did you understand this? So when you come across a sentence it's not, you should not think all the times when and while will be the actions which I told so far. Just when we come across these conjunctions like when and while, just we have to think, right, about two actions. One is past ongoing action, past ongoing, and the second one is completed action, past ongoing action and completed action. So generally we use past ongoing action, we use to express past ongoing action, we use generally was or verb plus fourth form of the verb, as well as to express a completed action we use second form of the verb. Just if you remember this, if you understand this, just you can answer this question. Okay, so did you understand? Okay, let us go through the example. Okay, see here, second example. I dash, I think it's visible to you. I dash when the alarm off at the 5:30 this morning. Now here there are two actions. One is sleeping and second one is go. So you have to see that your sleeping is an ongoing action, whereas alarm ringing or alarm went, it's a completed action. So as we decided, sleeping is an ongoing action. Even it is explaining this morning at 5:30. That means it is speaking about the completed time. So therefore we have to think about past ongoing action and a completed action. So I therefore use like this. So I was sleeping. You have to say here I was sleeping when the alarm went off. These are the correct answers. I was sleeping when the alarm went off at 5:30 this morning. So was sleeping and went are the correct answers for the second question answer. Okay, clear everybody? Okay, let us see the third example. So let us see the third example. See that if everyone donates $5, we dash enough to buy a new machine. We were asked to use have. Have in the sense you should not use only have. Have forms or H form. Just you have to think of H forms. Okay, right? In the first question part, we discussed about the B forms. Okay, and the second one we discussed about the fourth form as well as second form. Now here H forms in the sense have, has and had. These all three forms is considered like H forms. So H forms has to be remained in your mindset, because generally H forms followed by the past participle form of the verb, or in simple terms we can say third form of the verb, like have written, has written and had written. So like this. Okay, so as I gave the clue to you, now let us solve the problem. If everyone donates $5, we dash enough money to buy a machine. So here we are going to have enough money to buy a machine. So they are talking about the present time or past time. They are talking about the time that they are being with them. So that is what we have to use, only present H forms. So what are the present H forms? We know that present H forms are have and has. Right. So we generally use has along with singular subjects. Singular subject means singular noun or singular pronouns, like he, she, it, or Ramesh, Raju, Behara, like this. But when it comes to the usage of have, we use along with the plural subjects besides I. Okay, so according to this, what is the correct answer here? After we have to use have. So answer will be here have. We have enough money to buy a new machine. We have to say we have enough money to buy a new machine. Okay, clear? Okay, let us go ahead. Fourth example. Look at the fourth example. There dash a great documentary on TV yesterday evening. On TV, you have to remember. On TV. When we are talking about watching something, we generally in TV we should say. We generally say, but we should not say in. We have to use on TV. So today it is going to be a nice movie on TV. We have to say on TV. Okay, right there dash a great documentary on TV yesterday's evening. Dash it. Thereafter, it after there is a question mark. Just we have to think of it. No, I didn't. I dash to take my television set back to the store to have it repaired. Just you have to put a questions. You have to put some questions at the fourth example. By looking at the fourth example, just you need to put 4 questions. The first question is, so when it comes to there dash a great documentary on TV yesterday evening. Up to there is a sentence. At that sentence you need to put a question at yourself. And when it comes to after the full stop, there is a dash and it is followed by it. And the main thing, it is followed by a question mark. So as it followed by the question mark, again you need to put second question at you. And the next one, no, I didn't. Just we have to see the reply. If we don't see the reply, we don't know in what way we are supposed to question it, because in the sentence there was a question. For the question there was a reply. The reply was given over here. So if we go through the reply, we can understand what question was put at the speaker or what question was put at the listener. So that is what we have to question ourselves. at the reply. And the fourth question, when it comes to I dash to take my television set back to store to have it repaired. Right, in this example, you have to think of 4 sentences. One is reply and 3 questions has to be answered. To answer those questions and to understand the right, to come to a right conclusion, that which form of the verb that we are supposed to use in the given blanks, just we need to go through the sentences. So there dash, so the first blank we were given B in the sense B forms. As it was given B forms, just we need to recall the B forms. What are the B forms? Am, is, are, was and were. So as it indicates the yesterday, see there is a term. So by the it's an adverb in a sentence, because adverb always speaks about the verb. As it is talking about the time of the verb, so yesterday we considered as an adverb. So by the adverb we have to look of the B forms into the past one, because it expresses the past time. So what are the past B forms? Was, are, were. So in the first example, what is the suitable answer for that? So therefore we have to use, for the first one we have to use was or were. There was, we have to use was. So up to here, did you understand? And the next part, see then. Right, when it comes to the next part, you see it. As see the reply, we have to go through the reply. No, I didn't. When do we use such a reply? No, I didn't. Suppose someone came and asked you, so did you get a new book? Okay, if you get, you can say that as I got it. If you didn't get it, you can say like no, I didn't get it. So here the reply is no, I didn't. In the sense, here the listener was asked a question about a completed action. So completed action question generally followed the structure like this: did, and it followed by the subject, and it is to be followed by the only the base form of the verb. Therefore the question might be, did you see? It's not, actually we were given you see, but we have to make it into a question, did you see? So the first one answer is was, and the second one answer is did you see it? So after this one there is a reply. No, I didn't, right? Okay, then next is I dash to take my television set back to the store to have it repaired. So here do we have to use here have? We were asked to use have. But it was followed by to. Just as it followed by to, just you have to think about the auxiliaries. What are the auxiliaries with regard to which followed by to? So have to, like has to, and the next one had to. The next used to. Okay, here we can easily remove used to out of these 4 options. Okay, let us remove it. So just I have removed used to. Now you have to think of where do we have to use have to, has to, or had to. Generally we use had to speak about a forced completed action. Is it a forced completed action? And have to or has to, either have to or has to be generally used to express a necessity or a duty. So in this case, do we have to speak about the necessity or forced completed action? Actually, he would like to enjoy the movie on the TV, but as it got repaired, he was forced to take the television to the store to have it repaired. So do we have to use have to or had to? Yeah. So here we have to use answer had to. So see that I will I will read the sentence with the correct answers. So the fourth example, I'm reading fourth example. Look at the fourth example. There was a great documentary on TV yesterday's evening. Did you see it? No, I didn't. I had to take my television set back to the store to have it repaired. So did you understand this? So in this way we can fill that. And look at the fifth example. When I dash to the car park, I didn't know where I dashed my car. And we were given two verbs here, return and park. So for this example, we were given two verbs. Those are return and park. So we have to use suitable verb forms with regard to return and park. Before going to use them, there is a keyword when. Right, I told when you come across subordinate conjunctions like when and while. Okay, most of the times we may think about the past, ongoing and completed actions. Okay, whether it will be suitable or not, just we have to go through the sentences. When I dashed to the car park, I didn't know where I dashed my car. Right? So here see there. So by using when, actually we use when to speak about one past ongoing action, one completed action. But when we are talking about two actions with regard to only one person, in that case we should not use past ongoing and completed action. We have to express both the actions as a completed action rather than past ongoing action or completed action. So therefore here these two actions has to be expressed as a completed actions. So answers will be like this. When I returned to the car park. When I returned to the car park, I didn't know where I parked my car. Where I parked my car. Okay, are you all getting my words? Okay, right. Let us see the sixth example. So my uncle dashed the same pullover the whole winter. I guess he dashed it. My uncle dashed the same pullover the whole winter. I guess he dashed it. So to use it, we were given two verbs. Those are where. Those are where and love. So we were given these two verbs. Now you have to think of the question. My uncle dash the same pullover the whole winter. So just see that here someone is talking about wear, wore, worn, wearing. It's a verb. Wear means put on. So what are the other forms of the wear, wore, worn, wearing? Right, I'll write, see that. Wear, wore, worn. Third one, worn. And the fourth one is wearing. Okay, now we have to think about the second form of the verb, because here the speaker is talking about either his or her uncle, because throughout winter his uncle wore the same pullover. So the first one is word. I guess he loved it. We should not say, we have to say he loved it, because it's a fact. We are talking about the facts. So facts are generally are to be expressed by using only infinitives. Therefore, we have to use love. Okay, did you understand this? Okay, right, let us see the seventh example. Mom, dash dinner when the doctor dash. Again we came across another example with the subordinate conjunctions when. Right? So you have to think of, when you come across when. So just it express, we use subordinate conjunction when to express past ongoing action plus completed action. Most of the times we use past ongoing action and completed action. But at the same time we use when to express both are completed action when both the completed action refers about only one person. So in that case we can say that when I open the door, I fall down. We may say that I fall down. Like that, like this way we can answer it. Right? See, the mom does dinner when the doctor does. When the doctor. Here two actions are not associated with the only one person. Here the two actions associated with the two different persons. Therefore, we have to go with the past ongoing action and complete action. So, out of these two actions, what action comes under the past ongoing action? What action comes under the completed action? Right, see. So, here preparing dinner, it's a past ongoing action, and arrive is a completed action. Therefore, answer will be like that. Mom was preparing dinner when the doctor arrived. We have to say when the doctor arrived. When the doctor arrived, mom was preparing dinner. Okay? So seventh question answer, we have to say like this. Mom was preparing dinner. Okay. When doctor arrived. Past ongoing action and completed action, right? Okay, clear? Okay, let us see the eighth example. In the eighth example, see that he dashed around with a lamp since he dashed his accident a few weeks ago. Walk and have. Right, to answer this question, just first we have to go through the sentence. Ganesh. Okay, just a moment. Part of disturbance. Okay. It's being recorded. Right, okay. Trivikram, have you understood, man? Right, okay. Trivikram, have you understood, man? Okay. And Karthik, from the Karthik's presence, Anshita has attended. Very good. I think she has gone to his brother house, her brother house. Very good. Yeah, very nice. So you people are, oh my God, today even Govind also has participated in the class. Okay, right. Right, as I did not have today such a technical support, I did not interact with you people. Just I keep on teaching. Right, are you all comfortable so far? Okay, Joycey. Joyce, are you getting my words? Are you able to understand? Because most of the class today I taught completely English to English. That is what, see that as you are willing to learn English language, you never ever switch into your brain to Telugu part. Whether are you able to understand or not, that is secondary. Just you have to subject your mindset to listen things in English to English. As it comes to grammar part, it is to be. But when it comes to okay, yeah, okay. Let me go ahead. Right, let me go ahead. So far I have explained 7 examples. Have you all understood this? So these 7 examples, right, these 7 examples, we have to go through these 7 examples. By going through these 7 examples, even we can make number of numerous examples. So it enables us to speak freely, or it enables us to express something in a free state. Just when you make your brain habituated to do such kind of thing, as a result, it enables to stand in a free state where you are supposed to stay. Okay, right, let us see the 8th example. Let's see. 8th example, let us see that he dashed around with a limb since he dashed his accident a few weeks ago. Limb, L-I-M-P, limp means nothing but jump. He dashed around with a limb. Here since, S-I-N-C-E, since is not a preposition here. In this example, since it is to be considered as a conjunction. Here since is it is a conjunction, coordinate conjunction, it's not subordinate conjunction. Okay, since there is another sentence. So your two main clauses has been combined by since. Therefore, it's not a subordinate one. Okay. So he dashed around with a limp. So what is the correct answer for this? Can you answer it? Can you answer it? What is the correct answer for the 8th one? First example for the first blank. He dashed. Actually, here we have to say it's a completed one we are talking about. So therefore, he walked around with a limp. Since he had, yeah. Oh, no. That is what? That is where at the starting I gave an example. Here, since is not a preposition. You people would get confusion by seeing the word since itself. That is why at the starting I gave an example. Here, since is not. It is to be considered as a coordinate conjunction. It's not a preposition. If you think it's a preposition, just the answer which you posted, that's a correct one. But it is not actually. Since is not a preposition here. If it is a preposition, okay, you can go through the present and past being action. Therefore, by using either have been or has been plus the 4th form of the verb, you can answer it. Okay, Trivikram, did you understand? So it's not have been walking, just it is to be written like this: walked. He walked around with a limp since he had. Okay, since he had his accident a few weeks ago. Yeah, very good. Satya, are you able to understand? Okay. Yeah, very good. Yeah, money also. Very good. Okay. So the next one, let us see the next one, 9th one. So have you all understood the 8th example? So why did we prefer different answers for this? The reason is your since has been used as a conjunction. Your since hasn't been used as a preposition. If it has been used, right, if it is used like a preposition, we can have gone for what is that? Present and past being action. But here it was used like in different way. That is why we have to use in a different way. Very good. It's not has have. Oh yeah, he has. Very good. Money, you are correct one. Okay, I did not see the subject. The subject of the sentence is he. He after has. Yes, very good. Money. So I must appreciate you. Very good. Okay. Right, let us see. Ninth one. Let us see the ninth one. You look pretty worried. What does happen? So after the blank, we were given a question mark. So by this, we have to think of the sentence must be an interrogative sentence. It is to be an interrogative sentence. So interrogative sentence in the sense very next. So very next thought to the interrogative sentence. The interrogative sentence has to be used along with helping verb, and generally helping verb followed by the subject. And helping verb generally subject preceded by the helping verb. These all rules has to be understood. You look pretty worried. You look pretty worried. So at that moment it is happening. So what happened or what did happen? Both we can use. What happened or what did happen. Okay, right. Let us see the 10th example. 10th example. When we dash at the theater, the play dash. So when we dash at the theater, the play dash arrive already start. Right. Here just I would like to give clues to you and try to answer this question. Here there are two actions, and in the sentence those two actions were explained in a sequence. When we have to talk about the sequence of completed actions, what do we have to think? We have to think of a completed action and earlier completed action. So in what way we have to express a completed action? In what way do we have to express earlier completed action? Right, according to this, tell me what is the correct answer for this. Joyce, can you answer this question? Joyce, you have to answer this question. Right, already I gave clues to you. According to the clues, so there are two actions. Those two actions were, talked about that sequence. Tell me, what is the correct answer for this? Joyce, what is the correct answer for this? What is the correct answer? Yes, okay, Dhanush, just a moment. Yeah, man, very good, man. Yes, Dhanush, your answer is correct one. Yes, very good. So when we arrived at the theater, the play had already started. Very nice one. Very good example. Because here the play started, it's an earlier completed action, and arriving to the theater, it's a later completed action. So earlier completed action has to be expressed by using had plus V3, whereas a later completed action has to be expressed by using the second form of the second conjugation of the verb that given in the bracket. So it was given arrive. So as it comes under the later completed, it is to be used by using second form, whereas the play start, it has been considered as earlier completed. Therefore, it has to be used like a had already started. You can say that already before or after, but you have to think of already is an adverb. So adverb place is always before the verb. So here had is a helping verb and started is a verb. Therefore, we have to use already before started. So had already started, that is the correct sentence. Okay? Yeah, very nice of you, man. Very nice of you all. Right? I'm feeling very glad to have such a people. Those are very enthusiastic to learn English language. Right? So if you maintain such a eagerness and curiosity, I'm telling you, at a certain point of time, definitely you will be perfect in English language. Right? The perfection in English language, it makes you strong and stubborn when it comes to education sector part. Because everything has to be, managed and manipulated in English language only. If you are master over the English language, yes, you can have such a great cooking skills. So then, you cook different kinds of situations. As a result, it enables you to move forward. Okay. So let us see the next example, 10th example. See there. when we dash at the theater. Yeah, sorry, we have discussed the 10th one. Okay, right, let us see the 11th example. Okay, so 11th example, see there. When she dashed home, she dashed that her husband dashed for some time. Come, see, drink. We were given 3 verb forms. See here. In the question, how many verb forms that we were given, we have to question ourselves those many times. First, at come, we have to question. And at the see, at the drink. First, let us see the first example. When she dashed home. She dashed, okay. When she dashed home, she dashed that her husband dashed for some time. Okay, right. When she dashed came home, when she came home, she saw that her husband had been drinking. It's not was drinking, had been drinking. She saw that her husband had been drinking for some time. Was drinking and had been drinking. What is the difference between these two? Here we may use when she came home, she saw that her husband was drinking for some time. Her husband was drinking for some time. We may say like this. Okay, clear? And one more example, let us see. Okay, right, did you understand this? So likewise, the rest of examples you have to do it just by going through. Okay, right. Again, we are going to have live session in the evening at 7:30 a.m. It's 7:30 p.m. So try to join in my next live session. So thank you.